So greetings to you. So greetings to you. Well, I do apologize for the late start. Let's try to get some last minute things done. All right, so the opposition leader drops a bombshell, figuratively speaking, as a direct response to what the president said in his press conference yesterday. You know, a conference with the press. And what we learned from the conference yesterday was nothing of national interest, but in fact, the usual bullshit. But since it's a personal tit for tat, back and forth with the president and his former best friend, the former best friend had to come out and address his ex. The two of them sit at the top. So it's a back and forth with the two of them. The whole press conference yesterday was to target Mohamed, the opposition leader, and hopefully give enough content to those who aspire to represent the individual Irfan Ali, content for them to come on social media and politic about, which he had, of course. But for me, I stick to the issue. I have enough content. I don't need a press conference nor a response from the opposition leader to the said press conference to deal with what I have to deal with on a daily basis. I don't. My key position since the Burima tragedy is over 100 Guyanese lives perished as a result of the negligence, the carelessness, the criminal behavior, the hatred, the poisonous intentions of two hypocrites, Ejel and Indar, and the fact that those two people still hold the position that they hold, that's enough content for me. All the rest are just taking up space. Whenever I have some free time in my mind to further toxify myself, I engage mentally in issues with Ali and Mohamed. Correct? I said yesterday that Dharamlal had to vacate office. He was expelled, asked to leave, fired even for having sex, or alleged to have flirted with a hooker. He had to leave his office for that. Just sex. It's something that we men have to deal with every day. Accusations and accusations and accusations. And I guess because of the ambitions of Dharamlal, maybe he was the one who's supposed to replace Ali, right? Maybe it's Dharamlal. Yeah, it's better to tune them up when they're like that. So to prevent him from getting that call to be the general secretary, the leader of the party, you need to mar him with some scandals, especially sexual scandals, so you can appeal to the women. And definitely, as long as this is hanging over Dharamlal, he can never run for president. Never. Because women wouldn't vote for him on both sides. So you have him there. Well, as minister for sex, he was fired. No commission of inquiry, no COI, no due process, no going through the courts, finding evidence, having the court convict the man based on a conviction. Then, hey, buddy, you got to go. No, they acted on the sentiment of this is bad for politics. Elections is coming up. We can't risk the votes of women. No COI, no commission of inquiry. President Ali, you got rid of Dharamlal. And for something as deadly as our citizens losing their lives because of the negligence of your government, you need the findings of the commission of inquiry and us to respect that finding and us to trust you that you will do according to the recommendations of that finding before you fire. If the findings recommends Ejel and Indar should be fired or jailed, you are so certain it wouldn't happen because you will control the narrative. 20 lives with the Mahdia fire. 20. Young girls, teenage girls, females. The womb of tomorrow. 20. You know how much children 20 wombs can produce? Almost 200 or more children. That's a generation that you, Ali, your administration destroyed, burnt to death. You also had a commission of inquiry in that Mahdia fire. What are the results? Priyamani Chan went from Minister Education to Minister of Local Government. What were the results of the commission of inquiry for the Mahdia fire? Brutal. Brutal. Now you come again with the same bullshit. Trust the findings of the commission and what they say. You will act on that. It didn't take you long enough to jail those black men. You didn't need the commission's report to determine who should be held culpable. No, you just need a scapegoat to calm the public down. You jail the black men. These fathers, these law-abiding citizens, they weren't criminals. They got up one day, went to their jobs, a job that they know they can possibly lose their lives. They trusted you, Ali. A lot of them lost their lives. And now, if justice isn't served, yes, they will end up losing their lives too, because 72 counts of murder per person. That's how many lifetime imprisonment. That's what these men face because of you, President Ali. You. You come on your stupid press conference and try to put on this theatrical face, this noble man, poorly groomed, to face what? A thuggish audience? You think Guyanese are thugs? I mean, shit, you can't clean up from time to time. Only when you have to go to see the white man, you clean up. But when you have to deal with Guyanese like yourself, you just come like a lapdog, some bottom house mud, whatever. You're earning billions, man. Of course, get a haircut or some shit. Get a groomer. If your wife thinks your looks are sexy, I don't think it is. Appearance matter. Have you ever seen Jagdio in such a mess? I mean, come on, man. We know you're rich. Coming out looking like that doesn't mean that Guyanese will say, oh, he looks so noble, so meek and so mild. Why don't you leave him alone? Leave him alone. Look how humble he is. Fucking arrogant. What humble? Clean up, man. The products are selling in the shop. You're the president. You travel the world. Get the best products and just groom. Groom. Welcome to the Uncensored Guyana Show. I'm Dr. L. Prasad. This is coffee. Mushroom coffee. Let me say this to VPAC. Darwin Skunt. Darwin Skunt. You look like a gay motherfucker. Darwin Skunt. If you weren't stopped, just like Ashridin, from trying to rip the system off with your fraudulent activities, the business money you were trying to rip off, if you weren't caught in the act, you would have no political ambitions to Darwin Best. You won't have political ambitions because you are a skunt, a wannabe businessman who could not fraud the American system. You run to Guyana and try to promote yourself as that you're concerned about the residents of Sophia when it comes to where they bathe, drinking water. Darwin Best, you are like Doggy. You are the bottom of the gay gay couple. You are the bottom. They have the ones at the top, the ones at the bottom. You know, the term that they use is the one at the bottom is the one that takes the fucking. I mean, fucking is for men and women. That takes the buggering. So Darwin, you and Doggy, you are the bottom. Yes, you like the man on top of you. Doggy style. Enough with the politicking, Darwin Best. You're getting follows because of the bullshit you say. But you are doing the same thing everybody else is doing. Trying to gain mileage into this corrupt, idiotic government. And when they say the things you want to hear behind the scenes, you see hopes of getting your license back. You see hopes of probably getting a cut of that oil money so that you can fund whatever scheme, Ponzi scheme you are planning, Darwin Best. But yes, capitalize on the innocent, poor, unsuspecting, Black people, like all them other motherfuckers, capitalize on them, abuse them, take advantage. After all, blacks don't care about blacks, right? Blacks don't care about blacks. You're roti making motherfucker. Go ahead, exploit the Negroes. They're used to it by now. PNC, they walked away from them. You suddenly showed up. You're making some inroads. You're threatening the PPP. Oh my gosh. This is 10 votes. 10 seats. We want the pensioners to get their money. 10 seats. You're hoping to get that 10 seat, Darwin Best? That's your bargaining chip to get your license back from the government? To clear the way so that you can access some of that oil money? It's ambitious. My bad. My black side is telling me, don't fight another brother. Don't bash the nigga for nothing. Okay, fine. Darwin, I ain't gonna bash you. You're a hustler like James Bond and Dougie and David Hines, all fucking hustlers. I get it. Go ahead. Earn your bread. Get a cut of the pussy. Yes, all you want to fuck the lady. Go ahead. Enjoy yourself. Have fun. Put it on your notebook. You have achieved. Yes, Dory. But stop being a hypocrite. Be consistent. 100%. That's where trust, that's how trust is earned. You think James Bond has influence over black people now? You think he has? James Bond is a zero energy guy. He's a low energy person. And yes, he's like the small frogs, the water frogs, not the one in the yard, the water frogs. They live in the house. They jump from one cup of water to the next. That's James Bond. For years, he thinks that now it's his time to get a few contracts. He switched only for the contracts. Yeah, his mouth said that. The PNC did not give him extra money, so he wants extra money. Not the fact that he has a career, he could get a normal job. No, he wants the fast money. And 5 years of PNC rule didn't get him that. He saw how much money was in the treasury, and to him, he should have gotten a bigger cut. But since he didn't, took the opportunity and say, I'm going to switch over because Barajaglia made commitments to me. And if you leave the PNC and come with me, and you come with a few hundred followers you have, I'll guarantee you, Bond, I'll make you an advisor. Double O fuck. An advisor to some way, you'll get some extra money and a few contracts and start some shell companies. Get your brother to run it. No, get your brother to get a Nigerian prince to come to Guyana, open a company, and put your brother as a financial director because your brother will just be an employee. An employee. So you'll get your cut, Bond, because we don't want this thing to get out. That you have contracting firms. So we have to make this thing look very clean. Get your brother to get a friend that he knows from Nigeria to come to Guyana, compete in the tendering process, get some contracts. From that contract, your brother will be the financial advisor on the company's board, and he will earn the largest salary. Plus, we don't want him to have shares. That will be a little bit too much. We just put the company as a public trading company, so we have some shares there, but it means nothing. We just want to know that it's you. We know it's you, you get the cut. Isn't that how it works, James Bond? Or should I ask the president? Mr. President. It's a habit. I don't know. I can't, it's not easy. I can't help it. Okay, I'll put the cup down. I get rid of it. This is also a habit. Sucking on my lips is a habit. Women will know. Yeah. Women will know that. You see, like Doggy and some of the guys high up, like Darwin Best and James Bond, they don't do this. They do this. And this is significant. This is when you lock the clitoris and your tongue. I ain't teach you shit. I ain't teach you shit. You guys aren't real men. I can't teach you shit. Real men, I can teach stuff. Not men who like sucking on dicks. Mr. President, you and the opposition leader, your beef is of no interest to Guyanese. My significant other is the Guyanese people. Poor electricity, continued lies from your administration, lies from this criminal Indar, lies from Edgel. And since Edgel's names keeps popping up, David Hines, aren't you the black savior? That's why I said, David Hines, you should get a book. Buy my book, David Hines. Buy the book, Black Plague. I come in the name of hate. I'll leave it here for you to admire it. David Hines, buy this book. You're making money in the parliament. You're getting paid as a parliamentarian. And right now, the same way you're sliming up the Edgel, maybe you also have a few contracts on your fingertip. Does your daughter know about it? Tabitha Haley? I don't think she does. She'll be disappointed because she don't like Edgel. She protested for Edgel to be fired. But you, David Hines, get a book. Buy it. Even if you hate me, fuck it. Buy my book. Hines, read it. You are a professor. You can read. Oh, why I'm saying that, David Hines? I'll tell you why. Here's why. You spend most of your time, David Hines, telling black people on the side of the PPP how stupid they are, how irrelevant they are, how much they're being used. They should vacate the PPP. They should abandon the PPP. You told black people forever. Yet, you think it's necessary to be seen with Edgel? You want to go and get friendly with the help? You want to be seen with criminals? How is that good for black people, Hines? The blacks are calling for justice. The blacks are calling for Edgel to be fired and jailed. The blacks that you claim to represent wants nothing to do or to see Edgel or to hear from him. They want his church shut down. That's what they want, David Hines. And despite that, you are going and now trying to normalize the fact that you are buddies with Edgel. Now you're going to give more validation to Edgel. That would influence the blacks who are critical of Edgel that supports you, David Hines. They're going to soften up because then you'll come back with something else and say, well, maybe we should wait on the COI. Maybe we should this. And, after all, Edgel is a brother. He's a black brother. You are a hypocrite, David Hines. You are a fucking hypocrite. You are a hustle. That's why I said, James Bond, you, this one that immersed himself into the group, Best, you are hustlers. There is nothing authentic about you niggas. Nothing authentic or real about you. Edgel, I wouldn't shake Edgel's hand. If I go to a function and Edgel is there, a matter of fact, If Ejel is invited to the function, I wouldn't show up. I wouldn't go. I'm not interested. I don't want to be seen anywhere close to this man or Indar in their group, in their circle. I don't want to be seen. If he's going to be there, I am not going to be there. Because for me, it's fucking personal. Don't play with the emotions of Guyanese. Don't play with the sentiments of Guyanese. This in politics as usual. You guys are messing this thing up. You're playing with people's lives. This is not where you stand for justice and right. This is not how you do it. If you are against a system, you are against everyone in that system. Everyone. The PPP is the one sheltering Ejel and Indar. The PPP is continuing to do wrong by Guyanese. All of them in the Ali cabinet stands in solidarity with Ejel and Indar, including the president. For me, myself, and I stand in opposition to all of them in the cabinet, including the president. That shows that I stand for justice and what's right. If Ejel and Indar is there, I am out. Simple as that. There's no mixing, there's no working around the scenes. In the dark and in the light, I am out. You want people to trust you. This is how you gain it. This is how you earn it. Messing around with the sentiments of Guyanese, especially black people. You got to stop this shit. They're not pawns or they're not for sale. The same thing you are perpetuating that other people have done. Irfan Ali is playing the same game. Yes, I know money corrupts people, but stand for principle. So this issue with Mohamed and the president regarding the 191 billion Guyana dollars, I echo the same sentiments because I got the information from the same source Mohamed is questioning. We all ran with it because it came out of the mouth of the government of the state, Anil Nandalal. But we never stopped to ask, how did they arrive at that figure? How did they arrive at the figure of 191 billion in tax evasion? How? We just ran with it. So the opposition leader has a point. Break it down. How did you get to that figure? The Americans alleged that a man evaded 50 million in taxes. Thus 50 million Guyana dollars translates into 191 billion Guyana dollars. Is that how low and devalued the Guyana currency is? Is that how Guyana currency has devalued? That 50 million American dollars is almost 200 billion Guyana dollars? I don't think so. The man is right. It's 10 billion. I mean, it's not just that. I mean, shit, I wish I can have 10 billion. It's 10 billion Guyana dollars. So technically speaking, based on the American indictment that they want to charge the Mohamed for, which in fact should be Guyana's problem. Guyana should charge, thanks to the American finding this alleged conspiracy to defraud the government, the state, or the Guyanese people. The Guyanese government should bring the Mohammeds to court for that 50 million American dollars. The Americans can't try the Mohammeds for that. The Guyanese courts must try the Mohammeds for that. And so far, whatever cases that were before the court in Guyana against the Mohammeds, there are none. The Mohammeds, besides the extradition, they have no legal troubles in Guyana. None. President Ali. Coffee. Let's double check it. Give me a second. Exactly 10 billion 461 million 895,000 Guyana dollars. So the Mohammeds is alleged to have stolen in taxes, stolen by way of the unpaid, 10 billion 461 million 895,000 Guyana dollars. That's the figure. That's a long, far cry from 191 billion. A far cry. So where did the 180 billion, how did we come up with that figure? How? So I can safely say that the government lied to the Guyanese people and used it on the political platform, the campaign trail, to influence the election against their opponent by spreading this lie about the Mohammeds robbing 191 billion. If you need something to sue on, that's a good point to sue on. That's a good point. Because had it not been in the political arena, it's possible that maybe more people would have voted for the Mohammeds. I mean, not for win. It's possible. We'll only know in 2029, 2030, or the elections coming up this year. We'll see from that results how people react with this newfound discovery that the government lied. Now, what else did they lie about? The man came out, the opposition leader that almost half of Guyana elected, put their trust behind, invested their future in, responded to the sitting president's allegation of murder and all these other stuff. The courts of Guyana has not convicted Azzuddin Mohamed of murder, not even as a suspect. President Irfan Ali, this didn't happen under the PNC government. This happened under your watch. You are pushing all of these allegations while you're president. It all took place under your watch. So if the Mohammeds, if Azzuddin Mohamed is accused of all these things while you're president, and yet he has not been convicted of any of these things while you're president, who is the fool here? Who is bullshitting who? You have issues with the man. The man is personally attacking you and everybody about you and concerns you. And you seem to have control of the judicial system. Don't say you don't, you do. Because if you didn't have control of the judicial system, you could not have influenced the courts, the DPP, and all the others to drop the 19 fraud charges against yourself if you had no control over the judicial system. You do. But yet you can't influence your judicial system, your justice department, to go hard after the Mohammeds for all of the alleged crimes he may have committed in Guyana against the Guyanese people. Yet all the cases in the court about the man was dropped. No charges. The man's slate is wiped clean. The only thing hanging over his head is an extradition request, which possibly would never happen, which may never happen. So who's the liar here, Ali? You're talking about suing people for coming up with fake news. You're talking about credible sources. You're talking about people need to prove what they're saying, but you don't want to prove what you were saying. When it comes to allegations about you and your brother and your family, you want people to bring actual evidence, even though most of the times the allegations accompany the evidence. The evidence accompany the allegations. But in this case, when you are facing up against your number one rival, you can't produce any evidence. But the dumbass Guyanese need to run with it. Oh yeah, including me. Including I. Because I pushed the whole R91 billion whatever. When the facts were there before our eyes all the time. The US specifically said 50 million worth tax evasion. He didn't pay taxes on this volume. Not that the man went and robbed the bank or it was a money heist. No, just that he didn't pay taxes. You can identify a lot of businessmen in Guyana who don't pay taxes. How many contractors pay taxes? How many of these multinational hotels, these foreign companies, pay taxes? These massive gold companies in the interior, how much taxes this Australian company that you have given permission, almost 70,000 acres of land, how much taxes will they be paying? Transparency is transparency. Mr. President, your public fight with your former private body, it really should be none of our concerns. You took the man's money because you were desperate. You were on the opposition side, no opportunities to get state money, so you had to find some way to survive. Like most business people, the Mohammeds funded both sides. The PNC government and the opposition. Both sides. So we, the Guyanese people, understand that you were leeching off these people. President Ali. The entire cabinet that you have, leeching off the Mohammeds. So suddenly, because of an indictment and because this thing gets bitter and you have to save your political skin, you need to publicly destroy this opponent that you have. Then what? We're supposed to hate the man when he was your number one love because his money was sweet, his money was just and pure. We need to see these same people as enemy of state. Doggy, it is true. Your claims, Doggy, it is true. You had something to do with fooling a lot of the innocent Afro-Guyanese from the ghettos to follow your former boss. Your words, Doggy, that Ajudin was your boss. Remember, Doggy, you wanted to come to Guyana to go to the critic's house and take back the pork line or whatever machine he had. You threaten critic's life and say you're going to do whatever to critic if he doesn't return your boss's equipment and machinery. Remember that, Doggy? Yeah, both you and the Guyanese critic were tight with the Mohammeds. You both benefited massively. And suddenly things get sour, whatever. But Doggy, you said you influenced the party. You gave it the name, the genius, Doggy. You gave the Win Party We invest in doggy. Now today, for whatever reason, you seem to have secrets for a boss that we all accused don't like black people. But yet, before the elections, he liked you, doggy, a scum like you, a low life like you, doggy. The same man you were saying don't like black people loved you to the point that you used to be showing off all of this 1,000, 10,000, whatever is it? Oh, the pile of money that you received just collected from the Mohammeds. Showing it off, influencing the young people. Follow a Mohammed and you will get this money too. What happened to the truck, doggy? All of these benefits you received from this billionaire. And just like that, you couldn't see inside the parliament. You couldn't piss in the washroom of the parliament. You couldn't sit on the seat amongst the members of the parliament. You are upset because you wanted to become a parliamentarian with your stupid ass. You wanted to become a parliamentarian. You can't even fit a fucking blazer, doggy. An oversized blazer can't sit on your toxic body. How are you going to dress to go to parliament, doggy? How? You're going to dress like Heinz, African print? Or a sari? With your homo self. Now you're credible. Now they're sharing your stuff, attacking your boss. You flipped on your boss, your former boss. People like you make niggas look bad. You give a nigga some porridge today, he loves you. You give him some soup tomorrow, he worships you. And then the next day you tell him, hey buddy, the gas is finished, we can't cook. He flips on you. That's you, doggy. So the difference with Best was James Bond, Doggy and Hines and all of you. To me, I'm the intelligent one. I'm the Afro-Indian. Not 100% Indian, fine, that would be fake Indian. I'm 50% black and 50% Indian. Afro-Indian. So I'm fake anymore. Okay? And I'm the smart one. The genius. I'm sticking to my issues. My issues has been because of the corrupt nature of the president of Guyana, Irfan Ali. He couldn't do this decent, the simplest decent thing, and sacked Egelin Indar to show the Guyanese who voted for him that he cares, he's concerned. But with his arrogant self, he's going to tell them at the press conference, we need to wait on this commission that I put together, my friends, that 2 weeks on, they can't start working yet. They're getting paid. They're getting paid. The contract is huge. I wonder how much money you're paying the commissioners, Ali. That should be public information too. Even that you can't even put public. You can't even put that out in the public. So Guyanese know how much of our tax dollars you're taking to pay these 5 people, putting them up at the Marriott. No, not the Marriott. Which one of the hotels your wife allegedly owns? Putting them up at these hotels, paying their fee, giving them fancy lifestyle, and they're supposed to start their work in September. A month before, you swear them in. It takes them a month to get an office, get some chairs, some cell phone with some service and internet, 1 month. Then in September, they're going to start interviews. And that might take 6 months. All the time, they're living large. Because they're not Guyanese. They live in another country. So the salary have to be like 10 times because you're taking them from the comfort of their homes and their families to come to Guyana and deliver justice. You can't give them no Mickey Mouse salary. You're talking millions, 10 million a month. 10 million Guyana dollars a month per commissioner. That is 50 million Guyana dollars a month. Just the salary. Forget food, hotel accommodation, security. Forget that stuff. And after 7 months, you might get the results. That Ejel and Indar were not responsible. So that's him showing Guyanese how much he loves them. And the opposition leader had to rub it in your face. Rub it in your face. You see what Azudine should have done is rub it a bit harder. So you can stimulate the follics, the hair follics in the face, so it can cause the hair to breathe. And when the hair breathes, then it might get some oxygen and start to look black again. I am black again. Thank God, thank Allah Almighty, I am black again. Yeah. With all the crap and the bullshit, keep pushing out to the Guyanese people. That's how you spend our oil money. 2 weeks. Every time there's a little here, a little there. Oh, they're now putting together the whole plan with the salvaging of the MV Barima. They're looking at the estimates, the narrowing down the list of people who are going to float the boat. That's going to take another month. Then they have to start setting. That's going to take another 2 months. Then we'll get the boat in time for February independence next year. In time. Then there is nothing there to salvage. No skeletal, nothing, not even the clothes of the people, nothing. By then, it will be gone with the wind, disappear. So all we'll be talking about is maybe the farm. Maybe the farm that Ali doesn't know the size of his own farm. You know, I thought about that every time the man came out, even the first time. I asked myself the question, you're the president, you have your telephone there. You have your phone in your hand. The president. And you can't, for transparency purposes, you can't text. I'm practical. You can't text your people, anyone, and say, hey, how much is the size of the farm again? You couldn't do that. All this time, you still couldn't do it. So that yesterday at your press conference, you can't give a figure. It's less than what is alleged. Seriously. And Guyanese sit back and say, yeah, Mr. President, yeah, give it to him, Ali. Give it to him, Ali. Yes, Ali. Yes, Ali. Smart president. And you don't know the size of your own dick. That's what we voted for you. That's our guy there for you. Absolutely. When you don't want to reveal the real size, this is what you get. So we have to now listen to what the opposition leader said. It is bigger than first estimated. So not to further incriminate himself, the president better off avoiding the question. I don't know the size. Because if I say it's 200 acres, and it's proven to be 300 acres, you'll say I'm lying. So I don't know. It's less than that they're claiming. There's only one way to find out. Go to the Lands and Survey Department, check the records. How much acres of land Ali got from the state? But I guess nobody can go and find that out, right? Because the information is top secret. It's classified. You can't get it. Let's hope that a patriotic Guyanese that works in the Ministry of Lands and Survey, or whatever ministry deals with that, and they can leak that information. This is the amount of acres that, and this is the document. They can do that. I'm sure there are PPP people who are pissed with the president. The same ones who leak information to Mohamed about the president's corruption. The same one who leaked information about the brother of the president and his divine appearance. You can also leak information. You know, tell the people how much, and from the banks too. Let us know how much money the man borrowed. Which bank? You all can't be corrupt. There must be somebody there, the accounts managers, who have access to the information. The commission that the president said he declared his assets to, aren't those things supposed to be on the public website that you can just type Ali and you can see what he owns? These things are not top secret. They shouldn't be classified. He's a public figure. Everything about him should be public. Everything. So the country can't know what this man has. The country is not supposed to know what he entered politics with, as against what he has achieved in his first 5 years. Come on. What are we doing here? We know what the Mohammeds own. They tell you what they own. Forbes, the magazine Forbes, told you what the Mohammeds own. Christmas Skunt told you what the Mohammeds own. The Mohammeds themselves told you, continue to tell you what they own. And the president can't tell Guyanese what he owns. He is telling you to trust the Integrity Commission that he controls. All the agency that he controls, he's telling you to trust those agencies. Well, I'm telling you not to trust anyone. Trust your eyes. Trust your ears, Guyanese. Trust what you see when you go to the shops. The prices you see displayed on the items, trust that. Trust what you see when you go to the gas stations to pump gas in your car. Trust that. Trust your pay slip, the salaries you get. Trust all the deductions on your pay slip. Trust that, because that tells you the state of your country, your economy, and your life as a Guyanese. That's what you need to trust, not the stupid bullshit the president continues to tell you. Oh, Guyana is on the rise. What fucking rise? The only rise Guyana is on is a rise in corruption, a rise in theft, a rise in some low-life politicians becoming billionaires overnight. That's the only rise Guyana is rising. But the average Guyanese, average as in the university-educated Guyanese, look at their lives. They have a degree, they have to drive a minibus. They got to be a minibus conductor. They got to work at some hotel, some Chinese store, or work at a government agency and have to suck up to some low-life, empty-headed politicians and permanent secretaries because they want to keep their jobs. That's the reality. And I repeat myself, we make this mistake again. We don't do our best to pressure the system, the entire government, the entire parliament structure to have early elections by 2029. Irfan Ali would be a trillionaire, and he might very well do what the Mohammeds is accused of doing, buying votes for the next election. He'll have enough money to do that. Enough money. And then you go in another 5 years with the 50% oil money to get them richer. they'll recover that investment if they secure another unfortunate victory 2030. Today, my agenda was to deal with what I dealt with. That was my agenda today. And to leave things on a good note, for all the people who continues to say that Ajuddin Mohamed got to me, can you please call Mr. Mohamed? Since you know that and I don't know it, call me. Don't call the PPP. It's a waste of time. Don't call Ali it's a waste of time. Forget that. Call the Mohammeds and say, Ajuddin, did you get to Dr. Prasad yet? If not, can I take it to him? Can you give me the money so I can take it to him? Then you'll be certain that I got the money. But you so want the man to pay me. I appreciate your ambition. I'm happy that you are looking out for me. You're right. A man of my caliber should be earning millions. You're right. I respect the fact that you love me that much. You want to see me rich like Ali. I get it. Thank you. But put actions to your words. Go to the Mohammeds. Say, Ajuddin, can I volunteer to take the millions to Dr. Prasad so I know for sure that he's getting paid from you? Do that, please. Show up at the man's place. Because every day you're nagging and like some bitch. You're nagging, oh, Mohammed this, oh, he this, oh, he. It's fucking nagging, man. I don't want to marry you. It's not sexy when you nag so much. It makes you look desperate. I'm not turned on by that. You want me to be turned on? Bring a fucking suitcase with some US dollars, some tens of thousands of US dollars in a suitcase or a bag or some shit. That will turn me on. You ain't got to nag. I'll see the facts. Wow, he loves me. No, oh, sorry. Correction. I meant she. Correction. I was thinking about these faggots, Doggy and all these others, and how they sell their BT hole for money. And she. I'll say she loves me. She loves me. She wants me. She brings me tens of thousands of dollars. Oh my gosh. Share this live. I thank you for your attention. I want to hear from you in the comment section. Go to Amazon.com, buy a book, donate to the Dorga Foundation via the Zella account, and let's continue the struggle. The struggle is real. Ali must go. Ajuddin must stay. Here he goes again. He's a win guy. Ajuddin Mohamed sucking on Ajuddin's dick. Thanks for your attention.